my music playlist changed the gym for me as a Christian. So back about a year ago, I changed my music playlist from my old playlist of rap, of worldly rap, to Christian rap. Now, before I made the switch, my old playlist was full of Drake, Travis Scott, Don Toliver, Kanye, some Yeet in there. And it was just full of worldly music, not very clean genre, just a lot of worldly ideas and non-Christian values. And my title for this playlist, I titled it Ego, because basically the point of it was to make me feel good about myself and just make me feel really motivated and this and that about myself. I'm really hyping, like, yeah, I'm about to do this, and it's all me, like I'm him, and all this prideful stuff. It was a really bad name. Like, I look back at it now and I was just like, what are you doing? Well, it came to my attention that I should probably change it. Actually, the girl that I was dating at the time, she was like, hey, why are you listening to this? And I was just like, well, cuz. Like, it motivates me. Like, makes me feel good inside a little bit. It makes me feel like I'm capable and like I'm him and all that. And kind of got influenced to change it. And I eventually did. I just went to Spotify, used the AI feature to just generate a new playlist of Christian rap and Christian music. And I've been listening to that for the past year now. Last March is actually when I made the switch. So actually, like, literally a year ago. And it's one of the best switches I've made, and it's really improved my experience in the gym. I think that's the best way to really improve your experience in the gym. I never expected it to have so much of an impact, but it really did. So the why behind changing it was the old playlist was full of egotistical, prideful, sinful desires. The music was riddled with it. Like, if you know anything about modern day rap, it's just full of sinful desires. It's not a good influence for you whatsoever. It's just objectively not from a Christian standpoint. The reason why I didn't change it earlier is I just thought that it was fine for me to just keep listening to it as long as I like didn't do any like the stuff that like the songs would talk about, like hooking up with women or like getting drunk or this, that, or the other, doing drugs. I thought like, oh, as long as I like don't do any of those, like it's fine. Like it's whatever. Well, the reason I changed it is because the music that you feed to your brain, like it fuels your thoughts and it fuels like the way you think. And it does influence you in a way. And really, why wouldn't the music you be listening to as a Christian be glorifying God? And that's kind of the reason I switched, is because it felt like the right decision for me to switch to music that better glorified God, to like make God the focus of the gym, not myself, not like my ego and my pride and like I can do this all by myself and like I'm him and all that, but like to step out in humility and be humble and be glorifying God, because I wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for him. So after switching, it really changed the gym for me, and it really changed my relationship with God. Firstly, the gym, I just was like less pissed off. Like when I listened to my old one, the ego one, I just was pissed off like all the time. And I thought that was good to like be pissed off as like fuel and like this and that. Like if you're angry and you're pissed off, like you'll do more. But like overall as a lifestyle, it's like not that healthy. It's not enjoyable. It works out short term, like most sinful stuff and temptations, that it feels good short term, like right when you do it, but then afterwards you just don't feel great. It's kind of the same thing with like my pride and ego. But when I switched to the Christian rap playlist, it just made me feel more joyful and just like a lot more long-term happiness. And I was still motivated to lift as much as I was beforehand. If anything, it was a better source of motivation. I've just been doing so good since that switch, and it's one of the best switches I've made. And secondly, it changed my relationship with God, because now I'm bringing God with me everywhere, including the gym. The gym was somewhere that I didn't used to like bring him in. It's just kind of like self-centered about it. I was pretty self-centered about it and just like, me with the ego and pride. And I was basically just like, I don't need you, God. Like, I got it. Like, whatever. which is like a terrible thing to do. And like, I should be bringing him everywhere. Bringing him to the gym has just made it so much more fun. It's got me closer with him, just sitting with him in the gym, sitting in his presence, even like talking to him during the gym with, whatever I'm going through, whatever life's hitting me with. Like, even if I'm having a good day, he just like makes my day even better, just like sitting with my father. And there's no reason you shouldn't. Like, our God is a very loving God, and he wants to have a relationship with you, and he is on your side. So why wouldn't you want to bring him everywhere? Proverbs 4:23 talks about guarding your heart because everything you do flows from your heart. It's the same thing with music. What you consume is what makes you. So that includes music, food, what you watch, like everything. But music is a really sneaky way to really influence you in a positive or negative way. It's one of the ways that the devil loves to like sneakily try to tempt you and influence you towards sin. When you consume all this rap and all this not Christian values, like all these worldly values, all these worldly ideas and sinful ideas, whether or not you're going to like actually do it or not, which I thought, it still influences your brain in a way that gets you further towards that side. Like for me, I didn't think it was a problem listening to it because I knew that I wasn't going to like do any of that. I wasn't going to do any of those major sins. But it still influences your brain and just all of your thoughts too. It influences your emotions and your thoughts and all the little things too. Not just the big things. It's also just your way of thinking and like the little things. I noticed that like when I listened to that music, I just thought like more negative thoughts, more sinful thoughts. And Proverbs 4:23, guarding your heart. How do we guard our heart? We need to be careful of what we put into it. So that includes all this rap music. And you need to put into your heart what glorifies God so that what flows out from your heart also glorifies God. If your music is constantly promoting pride, ego, all this like I'm him and like I'm in control, it is not healthy and it is not what you should be filling your heart with. What that basically filled my heart with was that I don't need God, that like I'm above God and I don't need him to like be successful in the gym. I was basically like, you know what, God, like I'm okay. I don't need you for right now. Like I don't need your help. I don't need any of that. Like I got it. Like just trust me. Like I don't need it. Which is an insanely prideful thing to say. And again, like I said before, like why wouldn't you want him on your side? And I've gotten quicker results in the gym with him on my side than without him. Music affects everything in your life. It's not just when you listen to that music. It will affect you for the rest of your day and for as long as you consume it. You gotta really pay more attention to what are you filling your heart with? What are you filling your mind with? What ideas are you surrounding yourself with? You gotta be really careful of your environment and what environment you produce for yourself. You should be producing the best environment for you and for your faith with God, because God comes first above all things, above the gym, above what kind of music your flesh wants to listen to, above everything else. You might think that if you give up control, if you humble yourself before God, you're not going to do as good because you feel like you're losing control. But I just want to encourage you that no, you will not be worse off. You will be so much better off with God on your side than without him. Again, I've made so much more progress and been just so much more happy and content and joyful in the gym with this new playlist than without it. You can find some really cool songs that glorify God. It's not just all this like weird, corny songs. Like, no, there's some awesome songs out there. And you don't need to have all this fleshly, worldly desires and topics in your rap music. So I really hope you're encouraged to really look at and analyze what kind of music am I listening to and what kind of effect is it having on my life, and especially in the gym. And I just really encourage you to go make a new playlist full of Christian rap and stuff that glorifies God and puts him first above yourself.